Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to WWE News and Rumors. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Brand Hodge here, and welcome back to another juicy episode of WWE News and Rumors. So there's an issue we gotta talk about, guys. So yesterday was Thursday. The news episode was supposed to be up yesterday, but today's Friday. Why wasn't it up yesterday? Well, it happens every now and then. There's not any news, and I'm not gonna force myself to just produce an episode that's going to be boring, because I don't like boring videos, and I'm guessing you guys don't either. So I waited a day, and now we have some juicy news and rumors to talk about. So with that being said, let's go ahead and jump right in. The first news story is about Mr. MVP. So Mr. MVP, this is an unfortunate one. So basically, MVP is injured. He injured his leg on Monday Night Raw. Apparently he went to Alabama recently to get it checked out. Now Alabama has some of the best medical people in the world, because it's where all the wrestlers go when they have some kind of serious injury and they need a surgery or something like that. Hopefully MVP will not require surgery on his leg, but he's going to get checked out, and all of the best of luck to Mr. MVP. The next news story, so this is actually the final one, confirmed one. I mean, sometimes there's a little less news than rumors, but anyway, this one is about WWE's employees, kind of, the corporate employees. So it was recently revealed that the employees would not be getting their bonuses that they were expecting, which, understandably, it really pissed them off. And I don't blame them one bit. And apparently WWE heard their anger or whatever, and has basically said, okay, instead of your bonus, whatever we were to give you for a bonus, we're going to give you $3,000 of WWE stock. Basically, that's what they've done, because it doesn't really, I guess it doesn't cost WWE really any money to do that, just to give them a partial, stock share of the company. So that's basically what they've done. It's kind of a stupid thing, but if it's worth $3,000 the time they're getting it, obviously it can be worth more than $3,000 in the future. Or if they really want the money, I guess they could just sell it. So, I mean, I don't know what I would do personally. Maybe I would sell half of it, keep half of it. I don't know. It's interesting that they would do something like that. But if you believe in the WWE product that much, I guess keep it. But if you don't, sell it. But things aren't looking too good right now. So I don't know what to do. I guess half and half is what I would personally do. Let me know what you guys are doing down below. Ladies and gentlemen, so that was actually the only confirmed news stories that I talked to you guys about today. But don't you dare go anyway, guys, because things are about to get good. Things are about to get, let's say, juicy here on the channel. So I'll go ahead and suggest for you guys to go ahead and get your juice boxes out. Get your juice box ready, because ladies and gentlemen, it is now time to talk about some juicy rumors. Alright, the first rumor is about, I guess, Vince McMahon. So Vince McMahon doesn't like some people. I mean, everyone has their preference. Some people don't like other people, and that's just kind of how the world, has always been. But Vince McMahon, one person he doesn't like, and there's a few we'll talk about here, but one person apparently that's been come up a lot that isn't really understood. I guess none of these people are really understood, because the majority of people love these people. They think they're phenomenal wrestlers, but Vince just doesn't like them for some reason. So the first one that Vince apparently doesn't like is Mr. Keith Lee. Vince, it's rumored that Keith Lee and Vince, okay, so Keith Lee I'm sure likes Vince McMahon, but Vince, I guess, doesn't, I don't want to say he doesn't like Keith Lee, but he doesn't get Keith Lee. He doesn't get Keith Lee's gimmick. He doesn't get his style of promos, his style of talking. He doesn't get it. He doesn't get why Keith Lee is a great thing. He just doesn't get the guy, doesn't get how he's talented or whatever. So that's what Vince thinks of Keith Lee. Now let's move on to two other names. So there's apparently two other names in the locker room. Vince McMahon himself, he just doesn't see anything in. There's nothing in these guys. We are not going to invest any time or energy into these guys because they have nothing. And those two names are actually two names that most people think are phenomenal wrestlers, and that is Aleister Black and Andrade. So Andrade had he used to have a lot of airtime on the shows, having very long matches, and back then I heard Vince liked Andrade. I don't know what happened, but apparently he sees nothing in Andrade, as well as Aleister Black. Now, as for Aleister Black, we haven't seen him in a little while, because I heard that they were letting him cool off because, WWE just recently fired his wife. I mean, I guess it's been 90 days and she's out of that, but he still hasn't, returned or anything. So I don't know. Apparently Vince McMahon sees nothing in those people. So that's a rumor about Vince McMahon and who he likes and who he doesn't like, I guess. Maybe it just depends on the day. I don't really know. The next rumor is also about Keith Lee. So Keith Lee, he's supposed to be in a triple threat match for the United States Championship, actually this Sunday at the Elimination Chamber pay-per-view, right? So he's supposed to be facing, the current champion Lashley, as well as Riddle in a triple threat match. But I got news for you guys. Now, this is not news. I don't want to use the term news. This is a rumor, and this very well could not be true, and we'll know here in a few days if this is true or not. But apparently Keith Lee may actually be removed from that title match. Now, I don't know if this has anything to do with Vince McMahon not liking the guy. I mean, obviously he likes him enough to put him in a title match, even if it's a mid-card title. But I guess he just doesn't see him as a top star like other people in the company do. But I don't know if that's to do with that, or if Keith Lee may have caught something going around that is very medialized that I can't mention on the channel. You guys know what I'm talking about. I don't know. All we know is this rumor says there is something going on with Keith Lee. Now, that makes me think he's either injured or he's sick or something, or maybe it's the Vince thing. I don't know. The rumor is maybe Keith Lee might be removed from the U.S. title match, but we don't really know for sure just yet. The next rumor is about Miss Lacey Evans. So we all should know at this point, Miss Lacey Evans is pregnant with Ric Flair, the Nature Boy's child. You heard me right. That's the storyline at least. Let's bring it back to real life. Lacey Evans is pregnant with her husband's child, their second child together. You know, they have a family, they have a daughter, they have a wonderful family, it's amazing. But, yeah, so if you don't know, that's the behind the scenes with that. But the actual rumor here is that WWE officials apparently didn't know Lacey was pregnant until literally the day they did that stuff on Raw. The day of Monday Night Raw. Like, of course, on Raw is when they did the whole angle with Ric Flair is the father or whatever. But apparently they didn't even know. WWE officials didn't know. That's why Lacey was actually already scheduled. And the last time I looked on WWE.com, she's still scheduled. They haven't updated it yet. She's still scheduled to be in a title match, you know, the Raw Women's Championship match at Elimination Chamber. Obviously, she can't wrestle. She's pregnant, so that's not happening. But apparently, the reason that was even planned is because they didn't. This wasn't a planned thing, I don't guess. And Lacey just told them, like, the day of Raw that she's pregnant and she can't wrestle anymore. She's still going to be on TV doing stuff, I've heard, but we'll just have to wait and see what happens. Alright, the next rumor. The next rumor is about a WWE lawsuit. So WWE's not suing someone in this situation. I'm sure, at the time we're recording this, I'm sure WWE is actively suing like 100 people. It's just how their corporate office is. They have a giant headquarters where their job is just to basically find anything that is, like, violating their copyrights or trademarks or whatever, and then proceed to sue the people. So that's for WWE, but also sometimes it goes the other way around. Sometimes individuals or companies or whoever it may be may turn the tables and actually sue WWE, and that's one of these cases. It's not a company, it's a group of individuals. A bunch of wrestlers who actually got together and sued WWE for a concussion lawsuit is what they're calling it. Now, this may sound like old news because this is old news. I swear I've been talking about this since, like, I don't even know when this started, like 2017. So this is like 3 or 4 year old thing. You know, it's been dragged out, and it was actually dismissed by the court in September, saying they didn't have a case or whatever, or thrown out. So apparently this is being start back up with an appeal, and you know, appeal always has that possibility, and I know a lot of like news sites and people are using the Supreme Court thing, because there's always that possibility it could go all the way to the Supreme Court. Which, if you're in a different country, you're not going to want to know what the hell I'm talking about right now. Basically, it's the like highest court system in the United States with like the most attention, the most like careful, the details and everything. But just to bring you guys up to speed, if you don't know what the concussion lawsuit is, a bunch of wrestlers, some of them unfortunately have passed away, but I guess their family is still going to continue with the lawsuit. A bunch of wrestlers, a bunch of legends got together and tried to sue WWE for concussions. I mean, the wrestlers are really at fault themselves because they're independent contractors. WWE doesn't offer them health insurance, and I know that's something they're fighting for, is just to get like help with their medical bills and things like that, which is something for this lawsuit, which should be a part of the thing anyway. If you're a retired wrestler and you dedicated your entire life to making WWE what it is today, you should get some kind of medical benefits. Just crazy that you don't, but I guess you get royalties. Some of them do, I guess. But basically, like, there's some crazy things that happened in the past that no longer happen in WWE, like a lot of like crazy headshots, like unprotected chair shots to the head. Like they actually hit each other in the head with steel chairs, and maybe it wasn't WWE's fault, it was the industry altogether. Like all of pro wrestling was doing that at that point, and then they found out maybe us hitting each other as hard as we can with a steel chair in the head isn't the best idea. But I mean, it's a very interesting conversation. I definitely believe like ex-wrestlers should get some kind of medical benefits, but with them being independent contractors, they're not legally required to do that. But I just feel like it's the right thing to do. If they're like a large star who made the company what it is, I think they should get like help with that. But we'll just have to wait and see where this thing goes. I mean, it's already been thrown out by one court, but they're trying to bring it to appeal and maybe a higher up court. So I have no idea. I'm not a legal guy, but who knows with it. If I hear anything else, I will definitely let you guys know. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, the final news story, the final rumor, the final thing we'll be talking about inside of this episode of WWE News and Rumors. So there's a few things we gotta talk about. So first off, everyone's gonna be at my freaking throat over the rumor I reported a few days ago about WrestleMania tickets. So I just want to say, the day's not over. At the time of recording this video, and obviously this isn't going up until like 5:30 or something, or 5. At the time I'm recording this, it's 3:30 in the afternoon on, what is today anyway? It's Friday. Friday, February the, what is it, the 7th, 18th? 19th already. So, yeah, this is kind of a raw thing. So in the last news episode, I believe it was the last one, I reported that it was a rumor, just what it said, it was a rumor, that WrestleMania tickets would be announced today. That doesn't mean they're going on sale today, that just means they're going to be announced today and go on sale in a few weeks. The day's not over, it's only 3:30, they could obviously announce it. They could be announcing it at the time I'm recording this, I don't know. I'll check again while I'm editing and I'll let you guys know. But as of right now, they have not announced WrestleMania tickets. Now, that was a rumor, so don't come in the throat. They come from different sources. I have no sources. I'm not a source to that crap. Whatever the hell a source is, TV something, I don't know. But as for that, I have no update about WrestleMania tickets. I have no clue. I'm in the dark, just like you guys. But the actual rumor I'm actually talking about right now is going to be WrestleMania 37, not tickets, but the actual matches for the show. So, you know, a few weeks ago I was talking about WrestleMania matches, and there was only one match kind of penciled in, and you know, pencil can be erased. But as of now, I guess they've written a few with actual permanent marker, so here are the few that are actually in permanent marker. There's actually 3 of them. So the 3 that are written in permanent marker is, for the Universal Championship, we will have the champion Roman Reigns defending his title against the 2021 Royal Rumble winner, Mr. Rated R Superstar Edge. So that's going to be Edge versus Roman Reigns. The next match that's written in is going to be for the SmackDown Women's Championship, where we have the current champion Sasha Banks, and she will be defending her title against the 2021 Women's Royal Rumble winner, Miss Bianca Belair. So that's the women's match. So we have the Men's Universal Championship match. We have the SmackDown Women's Championship match. So that's the 2 SmackDown titles already taken care of. And then we have a feud that's been building on Raw for literally months. We have Randy Orton versus The Fiend. I'm sure they'll have some kind of fun stipulation added to that. But yeah, Orton versus Fiend is also written in permanent marker. That is happening at WrestleMania. As for the Raw titles, there's nothing planned right now. We are literally just like, what are we, like 2 months away from WrestleMania. They don't have much planned. Now, something that is kind of written in is the word Bad Bunny on this thing. They know Bad Bunny is going to be wrestling in a match. He's going to be having a tag match. We just don't know the exact thing. We would imagine he'd be teaming with Damian Priest. I thought it was going to be Miz and Morrison, but maybe they'll face someone else. I don't know. They don't really have much penciled in other than Bad Bunny's name, so we'll just have to wait and see on that. But as for WrestleMania 37 matches, that is what is currently rumored to be planned. So there you guys have that. That's actually going to do it for this episode of WWE News and Rumors. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Right now on screen, I'm going to leave a link to 2 previous videos for you guys to check out, as well as a button to subscribe to this channel if you're brand new here. But thank you guys for watching this video. I am Brandon Hodge, and I will see you guys in the next video.